So let's go ahead and skip this ad, right? No heritage flakes. I will not promote.
Libertarians going out to BLM events with, Breonna Taylor signs, Duncan Lem signs, being like, hey, this is across the political spectrum. This police state thing that's going on, they're killing everybody. And we're out here and we're in support. We disagree with this. So all summer long, we did both.
That's good. He's saying the Breonna Taylor thing is bullshit because they're also...
That's not what they think. They don't.
It's happening everywhere.
Up in a commune, got to pick his own name. His parents are hippies, and he spent most of his life as an environmental activist. That's not what people think of. So how did you go from that to Boogaloo Boys? Oh, that's just because kind of the whole thing the media doesn't talk about with the Boogaloo Boys is we're more of like the libertarian Green Party militia. Like if I wanted to join a regular militia that flies Confederate flags and it's a bunch of fat old white dudes, that's there. But we kind of formed out of a bunch of libertarians.
Libertarian Greens, that sounds good. A second American Revolution, I like that. A singing and dancing revolution, all these are great ideas. Boogaloo, the name Boogaloo means when the shit hits the fan, when the second, fucking Civil War is here. When the second Civil War or Revolution is just a big, just a pile of shit. That's the Boogaloo. That's the Boogaloo. The second Civil War. The South is going to rise again.
Anti-war activists and everything, wanting a place of our own, and that kind of goes hand in hand with the colorful Hawaiian print, and a lot of our members being LGBT, and across the entire, every ethnicity.
I want to believe this guy, Magnus. I want to believe Magnus. I want to believe Jimmy Dore. He's talking about Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton reached out to the Confederates. And he's right. Fred Hampton reached out to the Confederates. But you know something, Jimmy Dore? The Confederates are fucking everywhere. The Confederate flag, the Confederates are everywhere. Yeah, Fred Hampton reached out to the Confederates, but where is Fred Hampton today? Where are the Black Panthers today? Where are the White Panthers? Where are the Rainbow Panthers? Why are there no Panthers? Why are there no Panthers anywhere? Confederacy, KKK, Nazis, they're all over the goddamn fascist. So, okay, Jimmy, sure, sometimes you gotta try to convince fucking KKK motherfucker to, okay, sometimes you gotta try to change your minds, but don't forget about the Black Panthers and the Antifa hippies. Don't forget about the Black, White, and Rainbow Panthers and the Antifa hippies. Don't forget about the Black Panthers and the Antifa hippies. Make sure you're friends with Fred Hampton, too, okay? Reaching out to the Confederates. Don't forget your Fred Hamptons, right? We need to make sure, Fred Hampton, good movie and shit, but, are we there? They said you could kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. Who carried on Fred Hampton's revolution? I don't know, I feel like if you kill enough revolutionaries, you can kill the revolution. So the meaning of Boogaloo. Let's pay attention to what this is a Jimmy Dore and his Boogaloo, Boogaloo friend. Now, to me, Boogaloo, he's going to start out with Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. It means it's a bad sequel to the original. It's a bad sequel to the original. Well, if it's a bad sequel to a bad movie, why would you call yourself the Boogaloo? No, the Boogaloo is the explosion. It's the second Civil War. And they're going to say it's the Revolution/Civil War. So when the shit hits the fan. But he's going to say it's some sort of civil conflict, whether it's a nice peaceful second revolution, or, that's where, and he'll say, that's the direction we go towards more. So it almost feels like he recognizes that for the right-wing Nazis, to them motherfuckers, it's a fucking race war, and he's, says that fuck the racist bigots. But I also wonder if, that's just a fucking ploy, right? To pretend that they're actually expanding and trying to get more people on their goddamn side. If this is, a second American Revolution, say that. If this is a song and dance revolution, say that. Why are you going to say that you're a boogaloo when the motherfucking boogaloos, they want the boogaloo to happen so that way the South can rise again and then eventually white supremacy, white domination returns. That's the fucking boogaloo. That's the boogaloo. So let's hear what Magnus Panvidya, at Magnus Panvidya, you know, Twitter, you can check him out and ask him. The Ice-T was in the Break It 2 Electric Boogaloo movie, but let's hear him,
there to tell him, hey,
the meaning
that's not what this movement's
of
about.
Boogaloo.
We're not here to just go out and shoot cops and commit terrorist attacks. It's never been what it's about. So I've been told that the Boogaloo Boys want a racial civil war.
No, not at all. The whole calling it a Boogaloo, the whole meme behind it was just that it's a bad sequel to original because it came from the Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo movie, which was just a bad sequel to a bad movie.
Why would you name your organization a bad sequel to a bad movie? The first thing was bad, the second thing's bad, it's all fucking bad. Don't do it. Sounds bad, right? First thing's bad, second thing is the third thing, fourth thing, is it all fucking bad? Is it all goddamn bad? When does it ever get better? A bad sequel to a bad movie? You mean like a second Civil War to a shitty, you know, I guess they would think that the first Civil War when, you know, white supremacy and slavery came to an end was a pretty bad, that was a bad movie. And then the bad sequel would be, what? The second Civil War? The fucking race war? Jesus Christ. Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo or Civil War 2 Electric Boogaloo? Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo, Civil War 2 Electric Boogaloo.
And in our context, it just means some form of civil conflict, whether that be a peaceful singing revolution, whether that be some awful government civil war, whether that be a second revolutionary civil war, or to the idiot neo-Nazi types, they would consider it a race war. And that's a meme that's been around forever. So when it comes to us, we view this as a...
We are more of a, it's not, we reject that fucking horse shit entirely. We're more of the, you know, towards a revolution kind of, you know. Now, the race war, we're more leaning not towards the race war, but...
upcoming, hopefully peaceful Second American Revolution where all of these groups, like I talked about, come together and we tell these...
The Second American Revolution sounds fantastic. A nice broad coalition, a rainbow coalition, Rainbow Panthers with the Rainbow Revolution. That sounds fantastic. So why don't we just, you know, just have a peaceful song and dance revolution? Just have the peaceful song and dance revolution. That's it. You ain't got to do the fucking boogaloo shit. I mean, I like the Hawaiian shirts. I like the, you know, camo, you know, the, whatever, the pockets. Where are they, with the pockets? It's not camo pants. It's, whatever. I like the style of the boogaloos, but, frankly, the Second American Revolution, that sounds, you know, that sounds awesome. That sounds like something I want. That's a desired sequel. I want an amazing sequel. I want, you know, something, if we're going to look in the past and then, I want it to do something great. We did something great. Let's do that great thing again. I don't want, some bad fucking thing happen? Let's do another bad fucking thing? That sounds terrible. That sounds awful. So just the name Boogaloo, I guess I'm on the fence, but I feel like 80% that the main fucking point for the name of the Boogaloo, you know, movement or whatever is this goddamn race war. That's why everybody's freaking out, because it's basically, he's, you know, spitting out all these left-wing talking points, but it's for a right-wing militia. It's for a right-wing movement, and it's for white supremacy, and it's for the fucking bigoted shit. You don't believe in that fucking crazy shit? Then just, you know, Boogaloo. The fucking Boogaloo? I don't want the Boogaloo to happen. I don't like the Boogaloo. The Boogaloo sounds fucking terrible. I'm not ready for the Boogaloo. That's for sure. So, but I guess we'll have to get ready, right? Because if they're going to bring a Civil War 2, that sounds like the shit that the right wing continues to say. Civil War, the second Civil War. Why you want a Civil War? You want to hurt your fellow countrymen? Whereas a revolution is we all, you know, all for one for all. We all stand up and we all become Americans and get something, you know, for ourselves and for our future generations. But not a bad sequel to a bad movie. I want a good sequel to a good movie. I want Terminator 2. went Terminator 2. So, yeah, why don't you go with that, the Terminator 2 movement. Breaking 2, Terminator 2. Revolution 2. American Revolution 2. I feel like the first Civil War should just settle the whole white supremacy slavery bullshit. We need another one? We need another one on top of that? No, that was a bad movie. We don't need a bad sequel to that bad movie. Not at all. Some form of civil conflict, like a civil war, that was not civil, so. Alright, I'll give you the last word, Boogaloo. Boogaloo boo.
Giant corporations and these two political parties that we're done with them. We don't want them anymore. It's time to go.
And so you do understand, though, when people see you dressed in military gear with your beard and you're carrying an AR-15 or whatever that is, that immediately it scares the shit out of people, and that they think all bad things about you, that you are racist, that you want violence, and, you know, because the president just stoked the violence on January 6th and stuff like that. So you do understand that, though, right?
Yeah, I get it. You know, I have disagreements with it, but especially after this whole summer and everything, I've traveled around to a lot of events, and I can tell you now, everyone has guns. BLM protesters have guns, the Proud Boys have guns, we have guns, the cops have guns. Everybody's walking around really armed. I had a gun pulled on me in Detroit over this summer by bikers when I was doing security for a BLM event, which was funny. So,
you did security for a BLM event? How did that come about?
Guy seems nice. I want to believe him. I want to believe him.
Even wrote a single article about him.
Boogaloo,
Had
just
blown up.
terrible name.